it's supposed to remove all the detox. It's a detox, so it removes all the
pads.
toxins from your body.
Yeah, I did those before.
I did that one too. I got these.
Once I was sick, it got me right together. Yep.
Yes. Okay, so Pat is Pat. Let me tell you right now, baby cakes. Pat in the goo. Pat, him and Lalinga Lungo. Don't even say Target in this room because you said I could get it from Target.
You can get it on Amazon. Just look up foot mask.
I need it now, Just because it's bothering me.
Well, go to Walmart. But you can get it from Walmart too, or child, you was at Target the other day going in there again.
Yeah, I was, girl. I gotta get busy.
She already said that's where she was on her way to.
Hello, because I gotta go to work tomorrow, and
yeah, you can get them there. You put some booty, you just put it on, and you keep it on your foot for like an hour and a half, an hour, depending. And then when you take it off, it's not gonna do nothing when you take it off, but like maybe 3 days in, because you're gonna forget about it. You're gonna take that sock off, and it's gonna say,
that sounds scary. I'm glad.
No, and then when you feel your feet is gonna feel like baby's feet.
Yo, it feel like a new foot. It feel like my feet so soft.
Wow. So you got, so is it like on the outside or on the That's the bottom.
No,
okay. She was saying
it was rubbing on my instep. You know, like right in my heart. That freaked.
But a particular, I don't know, mod that was praised at being a good mod decided to be, for me at that moment in time, a terrible fucking mod, right? And it kind of just sidetracked the whole conversation. But what I wanted to put into like the whole conversation was, which wasn't going to sidetrack the whole thing, was I wanted to point to design. Design is, how I put this, it has intent behind it. And it has purpose behind it. You won't know about the intent or purpose in its entirety if you don't creator itself, right? So also you have another element which will
go, guys. Yeah, but she said a pumice. The pumice is the rock, right?
Yeah, just like
yeah, not the straight breakers.
Yeah, it's not. It's not like she's cutting it away. It's just using the stone.
If the callus looked like it was too much, she might not have wanted to go in and then cause it to open up. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably why she made the decision.
Of my damn foot is not that. And the reason I didn't do, I can't tell you why I didn't do it, but I can't put my leg up anymore. So I was like, okay, let me just go get this done real quick. And I made it clear. But the funny thing about it, when I came in there, I said, oh, I got this thing right here. Oh, we do. Now when it's putting a lotion on, we don't do. And then I got to the thing and he goes, you tip. It's like, I don't like that pressure. If I want to tip, I'm going to tip. If I don't want to tip, I don't want to tip. Don't ask me. You tip, and I'm taking the money to pay you for the service. Oh my God.
Yeah, sweetie, what's good? Like,
you should have told him that. You should have said no because she didn't do my callus.
And I'm the only black lady in there. No, I ain't doing it. She did my callus.
I just want to say something to my people. Yes. Always.
I found my phone. First lady, check your back channel. Check your text message. And Walmart, you too.
Fuck around, don't tip your barber. You'll see how your next hair.
Yeah, for my people, please always tip on services. When I used to be a waiter, this is terrible, but I used to always just be like, oh, I don't want the black couple. Get them to somebody else. I don't want that Hispanic couple. Yeah, because especially if it's a nigga that going out with his girlfriend. No, you're not about to waste my time, bro. Let me get Molly and Shannon. Let me get them.
I literally had to stop my man from over tipping. I was like, that's just extreme. And they didn't do all that. And I was in the service industry for years. And I always
hating on somebody's tip. Oh my God.
Over tip. What is it? What is a normal tip that you guys? What is? If we went out for lunch or something, say it was 15%. Say it was like normal tip.
So for my haircut,
say if it was like $40, he would give them like $40 more. I'm like, that's
hell, I love him.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, Lisa. Like for my haircut, I typically tip like $5 or $6. That's it.
How much is a haircut?
45.
I tip my nail tech at least $25.
Yeah, I see the motherfucking barber every week. Most people go every other week.
My mom's restaurant.
I'm there.
At least you tip. Gay shit. It's niggas that do not. My bad, Patty. Go ahead.
At my mom's restaurant, I used to work over there. Oh, I still do. Sometimes when I go home and somebody gave me $100 and all they got was like sushi, like 2 rolls. Nothing wrong with over tipping.
Oh, we like that.
He just did it all the time. I was just wondering if he could even count. And like his ass is old, so he needs to start saving his money. Shit.
No, it's been as good. When I used to bartend, I had this one dude that would come in all the time, and no matter what his bill, he would only usually get 1 or 2 drinks. He would just leave $100 bill.
Yeah, I did that too when I was tending bar.
Did you leave his phone number?
That wasn't for me. He was hitting on the ladies.
Okay.
But you know, I bartended with a woman. So.
Place your item in the bagging area.
Oh, look.
All right, so who's on the mic? Who's on the mic at the store?
Scotty's still at the store. God damn.
I'm not at the store.
I say the Lord's name is bad.
Oh, I didn't mean that part.
That's Patty.
Yeah, Patty was doing self-checkout.
Definitely am not. You want to talk to the lady? I told y'all last time. Don't pay me.
Patty just stole a TV through self-checkout.
Patty, do not.
Have y'all never put a TV on the bottom of y'all cart at self-checkout and just walked out with it?
No.
You said that so casually, I believe you.
Hey, we got 2 of them out.
No.
No, but real talk, Jess. You ever go to Lowe's?
What's the move, Jess?
No, he's not repeating that again.
I've definitely asked for some cases of water, but that's about it.
On that bottom rack, they don't be mad.
Y'all talking over Haitian. Why y'all doing that? Go
My
ahead.
bad, go ahead.
Nah, I was just saying, if you ever seen motherfuckers at Home Depot or Lowe's stealing this shit, running out the parking lot.
No.
That happened.
They be stealing it at Home Depot? Huh?
They be stealing like toolboxes or whatever they could get, equipment. Just run out with the store with a
Yeah, I've
fist big.
seen that. The Hispanic.
I've seen that.
I'm saying I've been in the store where it's happened, or I've seen it like real time.
Yeah, and that's why now they be watching those cameras because they be stealing the drills and all that kind of stuff like that. Yeah, and they be running the fuck up right out there.
Well, you know, in Georgia, I don't know if it's a Georgia thing, but like they can't do or say nothing to you. Like they can't touch you. They can't even walk out to the car. They can't even follow you outside and get your license plate. Like they gotta leave it all the way alone. My homeboy, he's a head manager at Saks, and he said the only thing they can say, no, loss prevention can, but that's if they come out. But like as like the associates or store managers, they can't do nothing. He said the only thing they can say, he said they can only say if they see like them stolen merchandise, he said they can say something like, "Oh, can I help you find some pants with that shirt?" Like that's the only thing they can say.
Wow.
People definitely know that.
Well, in the supermarket, the lady took a pack of steak, potatoes, and a can of corn. And they try to tackle her down to the floor. I'm like, let that woman go. What the fuck? She trying to feed her family.
Exactly.
Like when it's food, I be like, yo, let them go, bro.
Yeah, like you was stealing
It's not that serious. It's not
about
that
2009,
So I paid
they had
$74 today, y'all. And the only thing I bought was yellow rice, creamer, burrito taco kits, because I'm lazy. Some macaroni and
trying to be
cheese,
Mexican.
and 2 no, I bought a taco kit.
Crazy.
She said no.
No,
Well, good
Oh,
job.
they have a burrito taco kit, burrito, whatever.
Yeah.
girl.
I'm not sure.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna tell you that I seen it because I had bought roast so I could make burritos, and I already got the other stuff. That's what I was gonna make for dinner tonight. I got it in the thing, and then I
And First Lady, you didn't do me a shopping haul. Can you send me that video? Thank you.
But yeah, it's by Old El Paso.
First Lady, you didn't hear me? Stop looking at me like that.
To the nigga.
Made her look like this real female.
You know what I mean?
Real down ass bitch.
You know, he bring everybody up with him. He gonna go get a ball player on his ass.
Listen, what that nigga said? What you said?
He bring everybody up with him.
We're gonna do one person at a time. Omar Bartal, focus on Omar Bartal. Go look into his credentials. He had wrote a whole bunch of articles and reports and whatever about the Holocaust, and he's a known genocide study scholar. You know what I'm saying? And he wrote an opinion piece in New York Times. He was given a chance because of his credentials to write an opinion piece. What is a genocide? What is not a genocide? Literally, the fucking title of that article, it says, it's a genocide when I see one. It says right here, I'm a genocide scholar. I know it when I see it. And look into the facts. Look into the statements. Look into the intent. Look into all of that shit.
Also, fuck Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Yes, fuck Netanyahu.
Dan, are you trying to unfuck Netanyahu, or are you gonna say fuck Netanyahu?
I don't really care about Netanyahu.
Can you say fuck Netanyahu?
Stay with us.
Give me a second. Hold on.
He's not gonna say it because it's gonna hurt his feelings. Oh my God, we got Raza Pahlavi coming up now.
No, okay.
Iranians always fucking fuck up the room. Not you, Nargis. I'm talking about the Reza Pahlavi supporters.
No, sir. If you give me a chance.
Yes, sir. You fucking Reza Pahlavi supporter.
Sir, I don't care. If you give me
Reza Pahlavi, we need to coexist.
Yeah.
For the whole.
Read the fucking Longas article. This is the problem with these kids nowadays, man. These kids, I don't know. And then they want to come up here and freaking argue over genocide. On one side, this kid is going against the genocide. On the other side, the kids are getting genocided, but he doesn't want to stand up against the genocide. He's literally defending against what Israel is doing to them. It's okay. It's not a genocide. It's a part of the war. They're gonna justify it. Disgusting.
But scientifically, he's not ready, right? Like.
Yeah, he needs to be age of 26. He needs to be age of 26.
Special intent is very hard to prove, which is one of the more critical points for the whole thing. You do realize that?
It's easy to prove based on the statements, Dan. You didn't read that part, okay.
I did. Can you read something for me? Amir, can you read something for me? I'll just send you a link quickly.
Hang on. Let me go over this article because we need to dive into this article. This is from New York Times. All right. He goes, what I fear in the aftermath of Gaza genocide, it will no longer be possible to continue teaching and researching the Holocaust in the same manner as we did before. Because the Holocaust has been so relentlessly invoked by the State of Israel and the defenders as a cover-up for the crimes of the IDF. The study and members of the Holocaust could lose its claim to be concerned with universal justice, retreat into same ethnic ghetto in which it began its life in the end of World War II. So, my friend, he's calling it genocide all over that fucking article. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Well, yeah, he's citing public statements made by officials, but that's not good enough for the high intent, the special intent. Literally not.
Yeah, and he even says discrediting genocide. So the scholars who call out Israel genocide in Gaza as anti-Semitic threatens to erode the foundation of genocide studies. They called him a self-hating Jew, by the way, even though he's an Israeli Jew, and he's a study scholar. He's a fucking, over 10, 20 years of fucking, if you read up on his credentials, oh my God, he's got a whole bunch of awards, he wrote a whole bunch of books, he did a whole bunch of shit, man. This guy is famous. Just look him up. You have ChatGPT then?
No.
Okay. Do you have any AI? Do you have YouTube AI?
Don't think that exists.
Do you have Grok from Twitter?
No.
Anyone else looking?
Do you have a head on top of your head or top of your body?
Don't have AI.
No, you don't have a head either. Okay. Anyways. All right, what do you want me to read, man? It literally fucking goes into the intention. It proves everything that it's a fucking genocide. I don't know what you're on about, man.
No. I just said it again. You read the statements. I said, yeah, there is public statements made by officials.
That's the intention part. That's the intention part.
Good enough for the genocide.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Who told you that? Who told you it's not good enough? If a commander of IDF says to genocide them, kill them, take off the lights, these are genocidal statements coming from the head of Yoav Gallant said this. I don't know if you know about the first fucking statement when he was a commander of IDF. Oh my god. People like you are Delulu. You just keep on defend Israel. You're Delulu for real. I wish you weren't Delulu. I wish you weren't. You're a young kid, so I'm just giving you benefit of the doubt. I'm just giving you benefit. Did you serve in the IDF?
No, because I came later.
Okay. Are you going to serve in the IDF?
Yeah, maybe probably later, yeah.
Okay, don't do it. Otherwise, I'm going to call you a baby killer. Okay? As soon as you serve in the IDF, the name goes out to everybody. It's a fucking baby killers. All right? And you know what a baby killer is? That title is really, really bad, and it's going to trigger the fuck out of you. You become a baby killer. So when you go, instead of serving in the fucking IDF, go serve time in the jail. Okay? Don't serve in the IDF.
What?
You agree? Capiche? You agree?
Hell no.
You're not going to agree with your pro-pally brother? You're not going to agree. You're going to hurt my feelings.
Where are you from?
It doesn't matter. I'm in California right now. Are you going to hurt my feelings by not conceding that you're not going to serve in the IDF? You have to make this promise. Can you go serve in the jail instead of fucking, or don't go back to fucking Israel? Go to Russia or something.
Brother, Allah has assigned the Holy Land to me and my brothers.
No, Allah has not assigned you shit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, you have spread corruption on the land, killed multiple prophets, broke the covenant. This is mentioned in my book. And even in your book, you killed multiple prophets and did a whole bunch of crazy shit on that land. This is not a holy land. This is a man-made land by who? By fucking atheist, agnostic motherfuckers like Theodore Herzl, Ben Gurion, Eliezer Ben Yehuda, Jabotinsky. All of these founding fathers were the one behind it, creating the state. They were motherfucking atheists and agnostic. This is not, God did not give you this land.
Read for me, Quran, Al-Isra, 17:104. Please do that.
He wants to read 17:04. What does it say?
I don't know. You read for me. Read it.
Wow, he's bringing up Quran. Okay, I hope he knows more about Quran than I do. Quran chapter 17.
I know that the Quran is true for you. It's the word of Allah for you. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, what is it? It says, and we conveyed to the children of Israel in scripture that you will surely cause corruption in the earth twice, and you will surely reach a great hideousness. So what does that tell you? Corruption on the land. Who did this? Who did this? Who's spreading corruption on the land?
Are you really going to be dishonest about that shit?
I just told you. Did you read the whole context of it? You can't just go based on one verse. You know this, right, Dan? You have to read before and after.
So,
no, okay, but you do realize that it says that the Allah assigned the land to us.
Jews in
we're
the
going to cause corruption. Then we're going to go out to the land, and then we're going to come back into the land again.
Okay. Let's read the tafsir. Do you know how to read the tafsir? You know what a tafsir is?
But it's gonna get there.
Allah signed a land to you, Dan, and your parents came from Poland.
Because one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna watch, we're gonna observe. The the dark side motherfuckers, they don't mind getting packed up in a room, okay? They don't mind playing away games. They don't mind none of that shit. We don't give a fuck about winning a fucking crash out. It's about winning the narrative at the end of the day. It's about, having a solid audience. Like, you coming under motherfuckers that literally violated everybody. You were just literally caping for Larry. What, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks?
Financially, and I get the numbers, but you might just take that simple Google, which was invented by Israelis, and search the top lobbyists in Washington.
Google was invented by the Israelis? That's a new one.
Shocking. Sergey, he's really wealthy today from it. So let's take a look at the Association of Realtors and look at the Blue Cross, Blue Shield, the insurance companies, the pharmaceutical.
And I was trying to play some music. I want that good music time.
BB, you did a great job last night. I mean, you forced the positive. Congratulations.
I tried, man. Thank you.
I can prove to people that Israel loves peace. They just have to read the Tanya. And if you read the Tanya here on this app, you can prove to these deranged, psychotic, probably depressed people on this app. I just listened to Amir's room for an hour. He's a neurotic. You can just observe these people. They don't change. And they're just doing, it's like a show for them, but it's not educational. So where does that take you? It takes you nowhere.
Yeah, it's that word, echo chamber. And then there's a new contestant every week that Amir will showcase for a week, and then that person will fuck up, and Amir will be like, get into a fight with him, and the guy moves on. Last week it was Ralph. This week it's this guy Josh or something. There's somebody new every week. It's the funniest shit, and it's so predictable what they do. It's just so predictable.
It's a group thing. It's a complete group thing. And can I say a circle J also? As a lady.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, this book I have, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, the former Roman emperor, he says, throw your books away lest you die murmuring. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? Books are what can set us free. Clubhouse is what the murmuring is.
Yeah. So, Michelle, the guys circle J and women twiddle B, twiddle bomb.
It reminds me of this documentary I saw recently in Africa, and most of them claim to be the forgotten Jews that didn't go to Moses out into the milk and honey, the promised land. They are those type of people. I'm convinced.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. I used to make a joke and say, I wish your parents loved you more and they didn't let you play fucking like street sports without wearing a helmet. And as a result, this is where you are now. But I'm starting to think my joke is reality. There's head trauma. There's some type of trauma that happened. And some people come to Clubhouse because they want to, communicate, make connections, have some proper discourse. And then that's a minority. And then the majority come here to stir up shit because they love havoc. Do you guys remember that meme, that African guy on Instagram? I forget exactly what he said. He's like, you love, what did he say? It was like, you love the pain or something like that. And he was like, it's a bald African guy with this accent. He's like, you want the pain or something? You love the pain or the... Do you guys remember it? You remember what I'm talking about? Anybody? remembers that guy on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok? All you want is pain. You love the pain. Something like that he would say. I don't know if that word is pain was what he's saying. Anyways, all they want is stress. They don't know any difference. It's like they're caught in this hostile environment where all they know is stress and all they know is heartache and headache. And that's why I make a joke in my room. I'm like, this show's brought to you by Tylenol. They gotta leave with a headache. But they love it. They love the drama.
Well, part of the problem is it's not just the speakers, it's the third party agents. It's us, it's you, it's me, it's we. It's engaging them, which even gives them any inflation or any gas to their motor. I mean, we're the oil to their inner workings, because it takes, opposites. It takes the left hand, the right hand, black and white, upper teeth, lower teeth, eyelids. You see what I'm saying? That it's like quantum theory, where they're able to how does that experiment work, where they run the ions through this detector, and I can't remember how, or it's hindsight, like it's like hindsight bias effect or something, that by running the experiment, God, what do you know what I'm talking about, BB? Where they run the experiment, but there's like a cognitive bias where by running the experiment itself, it creates the effect. So I can't explain the words. I don't have the words right now.
I found it, guys. I found it. Watch this. Hold on. Do you guys hear me? I know what you're talking about. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My phone's not working. Hold on. Can anybody hear me now, please?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so this, I found it. Here it is. I don't want peace. I want problems, always. That guy. That's Clubhouse.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing, is you have to work to create peace. You can't just that's the thing. It's like people either come here to create peace, or they do come here to relish in problems, create problems, stir the pot. But I know no better way to create peace than to read the word or books or Torah or wisdom. And people don't do that here. I think that's, I went out into the real world to get petitions signed for the upcoming March primary. And I encountered the same thing in the real world as I did here on Clown House. There are people who can't live in peace and want to create problems. But it's you, the communicator, who, if you're patient and you're kind and you're selfless, you can essentially, I don't know if you can transform them, but you can at least, protect your own garden in a way, so you can remain in peace. Because I'm not trying to be self-centered. I want to tikkun olam, but at the same time, I say peace now, and that's where I want to be.
No, I think you're very special, like human, because you constantly, selflessly speak like that. Every time you walk in a room, you're like, you need more Torah, you need more Talmud, you need more Tanya. Like, no, you say you need more Tanya and you need more Torah. And for those of you who aren't familiar, basically you need your book of faith. You need to shine. You need to be a little bit of light to spread out the darkness. And I think that's important, and not enough people are saying that. And I've picked up on what you were saying, and I try to do that now. I learned from that, and I thank you. So I try to do that in my rooms, and I try to spread a little bit of light, because it wards off so much darkness, and it's important. And that's why I'll do music rooms, or I'll talk, and I'll let people talk without interruption. And I know it may not solve anything, but I want people to actually listen instead of just talking.
Yeah, this is like, we are talking through a program. This conference call is a program, and if you bring in another program into the program, aka Wisdom or Torah, you can modify this program because it's all based on words. So
it becomes a feature. It becomes a feature.
Yeah.
Program.
Exactly. There's like, you can be strategic as well about how you deploy it, because there's times where you can essentially stop the chaos instantaneously if you so choose, and you can force people to go into the feature.
Absolutely. And there's not enough of that going on, and that's where the problem lies. The problem is that video I explained of that guy. I want problems. I don't want peace. But it's amazing how popular that video became. When I do look at it, how many views were on it, it's sickening.
Which one?
The one, I don't want peace, I want problems.
Oh.
Sending it to people because that's the way the world is becoming. So it became very popular because that 5-second video called out the world.
I gotta say, like, so I went to this farmer's market, and there's all these people that work on farms. They got children that work on the farms. Some of them are Mennonites, or they're German, I guess Mennonites. They're basically they're like Mormons, or not Mormons, Amish. They're anti-technology, big into action, big into farming. They don't have a lot of these mental health problems that a lot of people do, in generalized society, because their education and their whole life has essentially been, in a way, digital. And they're not reading. They're just looking at their cell phones.
So my brother's very religious. He raises his kid religious. They don't have a TV.
Mm-hmm.
They don't listen to news. The kids go to Hebrew school, so they don't get indoctrinated by propaganda. And he said, and it's funny the way he said, I'm brainwashing my children. I said, you're brainwashing them? He said, yeah. He goes, you look at brainwashing as different, but I'll explain to you what I mean by that. I'm cleaning their brains to be pure.
It is all programming. Your life is one long condition. Trump, look at my PTR. Trump has conditioned many people, but many people rejected his conditioning. I'm just saying, you can condition yourself. It's a choice, but you have to do work. And, the secrets to life are in the hardest places to find, or to seek out. And really, it's a program, it's a feature, it's the book. And, I'm surrounded by books. I've got, a couple thousand books in my house. And I forced that situation. Yeah, I try to, Clubhouse, because it is so dynamic and it's so much in the now. And there's such a milieu, or a cornucopia of speakers. It is such a highly addictive app because from a filmmaker perspective and recording, I think it's really a great product that I'm creating.
But you could look at it as an audiobook.
Exactly.
As a toxic audiobook.
Exactly. Because it's my choice to what I want to listen to, or what I want to, ingest for my media diet. And I'm choosing Clownhouse, but in the morning now, just last week, I started reading books again out loud for about 2 hours every morning. And that conditioning that you can do in the morning for yourself is invaluable for your overall daily mental health, because you're filling yourself up with positive programming. And people on this app start their day out talking about the dumbest shit in the world. It's terrible conditioning. It's terrible programming. This is why people go to college, to get programmed, to get conditioned, to also work your way into a network. But it's really the conditioning.
So I have my tefillin on my kitchen table, and I put it on the chair, and I'm rushing around in the morning, and I glance at it, and then I'm walking out of the house, and I turn right around, and I'll pick up the tefillin, I'll shut the world out. I'll put it on my phone, tefillin prayer, go to the page, boom, and I'll wrap. And then there'll be other days I'll walk
walk right by it. I'll be like, I have until 8:50 p.m. But if I want to do it first thing in the morning, my day is like, I get solace. I get a complete, nice, well-rounded day and feel peace within. So it's so true. It's what you ingest from the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
Like, you don't start eating healthy at 10 o'clock at night. You should start eating healthy first thing in the morning. Your body will feel good. You don't eat like shit all day and then eat healthy at night. You don't intoxicate yourself with Clubhouse and your real world with, like, you don't walk out of your house and say, fuck you, neighbor. And then at the end of the night, you're like, hey man, just want to make peace with you. Your whole day's gonna be shit. So if you fill yourself with good, positive vibes in the morning, you should. If I was a betting man, you should have a nice positive day.
See, you actually, if in my opinion, if you read out loud in the morning, you're killing two birds with one stone, because as we just said, that listening to Clubhouse is basically nothing more than an audiobook. But you are not just what you think, you're also what you hear and what you say. And when you read out loud, you're also listening. So what I'm saying is that Clubhouse is like doing an upload into your brain. And if you, override that upload by reading out loud in the morning, it's everything is just for a day. So if you can just read out loud tomorrow for an hour in the morning, I'll be there in your room. I'll record it. I'll put it on YouTube, read something special, some wisdom, and then let's do an experiment and see how that impacts your day. And then we'll record your observations at the end of the day.
I love that. Social experiment.
Yeah.
In real life.
And we're killing three birds with one stone that way, because we'll do it on Clown House and we'll help program other people.
Yeah, it's like the Rebbe giving tzedakah, right? The whole point of it was one Jew helps out another Jew, and then that Jew helps out too. Now all of a sudden 4 Jews got helped, and it becomes a ripple effect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're a wise guy, bro. I like you. Royal, it was this guy, I forget his name. Last name was Rage. First name was Black Rage. And then there was Scotty as well. It's been going on the last week it's been on for a while, but it's more prevalent in the last week or two, where people are just saying fuck Nazis. I wish, but I've heard it for the past 5 years. But I guess it's always been, but it's becoming more and more and more, where they're like, Hitler didn't kill enough. Nazis, didn't do enough jobs, or there's good Nazis. Like they're just so backwards, and they say they're sucking and blowing at the same time. But no, I agree with that experiment, and I would love to engage in that and read something short, because I find these long-winded things are no good. Something short, something sweet.
Well, no, don't make it too short. You need at least a decent amount of programming. Try to read for 10 minutes. We'll do 10-minute rotations. When I first met you, I did not like you. I thought it was like in hindsight, I thought it was very difficult to communicate with you. But who changed my mind about you and reframed my way of thinking? El Normo. He said to me, he says, don't be so hard on BB. And I said, I don't know, and this is what he said. He said, BB's trying to be aspirational. Let him be aspirational. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you're right. I was like, why? That to me was like a really good reframe. I was like, why do I have a negative opinion about you? I was like, that's a me problem. So after he told me, he's like, let BB be aspirational, and I was like, wow, okay, you're right.
Well, thank you. I owe Normal a huge help. Does it need to be aspirational?
To be himself, to be free, to say what's on his mind, to not judge his aspiration. That's what it meant to me.
Oh, I see. So a prime example is an aspirational goal to become a renowned author, motivating someone to write daily and refine their craft. That's an example of it. And relating to characterizing by a strong desire and ambition and to achieve something significant or ideal, often reflecting hopes, dreams, or goals that inspire personal growth or success.
I see. Okay. That's clearer now.
Well, thank you for taking me under your wing, John. And like today, whenever somebody was like, John's an idiot, I'm like, actually, John's very extremely intelligent. Then you spoke, and the guy shut the fuck up and listened, and I was like, wow, John came through like crazy right now. And the guy changed his whole tone with you, and he started listening, and it was actually, and then he asked you more questions. I was, in my heart, I was smiling. Straight up, I was like, this is just awesome what just happened here. And I pointed it in the right direction. And I'm happy I did. How you doing, Seneca?
Oh, I'm well. I'm starving, but I'm okay.
You're hungry, you're not starving.
Yeah, I'm hungry. I'm trying to order some food because I'm too lazy to cook right now.
Tell me something positive about your day.
Something positive.
I know one thing positive about you, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Well, one thing. Well, I got through. I don't know if it was really today, but I guess it fed into today. Okay, for one, I'm ashamed to say this, but I'm going to admit it. But at a certain point, I was missing my prayers. Right after I got scammed and the whole thing happened on Clubhouse, I was missing some of my prayers. Actually, not some, like a lot of my prayers. I would make it to the mat sometimes, but then there'd be sometimes I wouldn't make it, right? And up until that point, like from the time I did my shahada, I never missed a prayer, not once. Like that was like my bare minimum. Like it was like the bare minimum I could do. Like in addition to that, I was reading the Quran. I was, studying fiqh, right? But I never thought that I could ever miss my prayers, right? And then it was humbling to see that at the end of the day, I'm not this, or whatever. We're so God.
So I'm going to tell you what, so go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm still fallible. Yeah, so it was humbling to see how fallible I am. And that's what I came to realization today, even though now I'm back on my prayers, like I'm not missing any prayers. And I'm motivated to pray again. I have that joy of praying that I used to get with praying. Especially when I memorize new surahs, so.
What if you look at it differently, that prayer keeps you motivated or gets you motivated instead of looking at it like, I need to be motivated to pray? What if prayer jumpstart your motivation for you?
Yeah, that's what it's funny because that's what it's doing to me today, right? In this state of mind that I'm in, right? Like I have it's like peaks and valleys with my motivation, okay? And they're triggered by events, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna end this live stream and restart it.
But in that state that I was in, it was like the prayer wasn't motivating me, and it was a struggle to get to my mat. Like I'd be crawling to my mat, forcing myself, psyching myself up, talking myself into it, and sometimes I just couldn't do it.
Thanks.
Yeah, but now I don't even need to talk myself into it. Like I want to pray, I enjoy it. So yeah, but at that point, I wasn't. So I'm just happy that the motivation is back to pray because I really want to be not just a Muslim, but a devout Muslim. And I was very discouraged by the way a lot of Muslims were treating me.
So whatever works for you that you can contribute to the world in a positive manner, do it.
Exactly.
If you're doing things and you're not contributing in a positive manner, don't do it.
But
Exactly.
why just limit yourself to Islam, though? I mean, there's 5 major world religions and hundreds of others. I'm just saying that why dedicate yourself to one specific information source as opposed to studying Buddhism or Hinduism or Judaism or Christianity or anything else. I mean, what is this fascination of yours with Islam?
That's a great question. And as someone who reverted from Christianity to Islam, right? Even as a Christian, I read books on Taoism. I read Confucius, his book, Confucius, right? Because I wanted to understand how different people from different perspectives were seeing God. In my mind, I think we all serve the same God, right? Especially if you say you're serving the God of Abraham, okay? You may disagree on things, that's fine.
Yeah, but if you that problem with that is that's an all or nothing statement. And in cognitive behavioral therapy, that is a cognitive distortion disorder. It's called all or nothing thinking, that we all serve the same God. I would just say, even if that's true, we're still talking about databases in a way, or different large language models. And so, yeah, it's like the Tower of Babel. The challenge becomes there can be no peace because we're all operating in silos.
Agreed. Exactly. And so to that point, oh my God, you make an amazing point, Mojo, because when I reverted to Islam, and I was getting a lot of heat from Muslims, and people even telling me that I'm not Muslim, that I only reverted because of a woman, right? Which was just so disrespectful to me, because like the thing that I'm most passionate about, like, is my God, right? The thing I'm most in love with. I've never loved a woman as much as I love my God. I'll never love any family member as much as I love my God. So for someone to say that about the thing that is the most important thing to me in my life, I mean, there are a lot of things that don't trigger me on Clubhouse, but that one hit. That one hurt. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. And so I always tell Muslims, whenever I meet them, I always ask them, why don't you read the Injil? Why don't you read the Torah and the Bible? Right? Because you know that those books have divine truths. At least from the perspective of Islam, you know that these two other books have divine truths. You don't have to agree that there's divine truth in Buddhism or Taoism or Confucianism or any of these other religions, right? But you know at least the other two. So why aren't you even furthering your education by reading these other books? Even if you believe that they're corrupt, right? But there's also some truth with the corruption. Why aren't you reading it? You should read it too, And I said that today, and someone, of course, got really upset, and started calling me, berating me and calling me names and all that stuff, which is fine. But for me, myself, I'm glad that I reverted from Christianity to Islam, because now I have the foundation of Christianity, having read the Bible so many times inside out. And now I'm going into Islam, and I'm going to do the same thing with the Quran. And even as a Muslim, I will do the same thing with the Torah. After I'm done reading the Quran, from cover to cover, I'm going to go to the Torah. And I'm going to make sure I read all three books, and I understand them inside and out. But yeah, I think it's important to at least have the knowledge and the awareness. Even though Islam is what I practice, it is my lifestyle. I worship Allah, right?
Well, what do you think the word Allah means?
What do I think it means? I know it means God. That's what it means to me. It's God.
I mean, sound it out. All all. So is that saying that everything is God?
Well, it's not an English word.
It may not be English, but my point is it's still a sound. And so all words are sounds. Just like the word Yahweh or Hashem. I mean, these are sounds. And so, they're used in incantations, in meditation, in chanting. things like that. So what I'm trying to say is these are ways to clear the mind by chanting them. People say Allah, 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 like that. That is to essentially cleanse the mind of all the other words that your brain is constantly generating.
Yeah. Well, for me, the name, a lot of the things we as human beings care so much about, I think in the grand scheme, a God that is omniscient and omnipowerful, omnipresent, that has just such a huge, vast, unimaginable, just unimaginable amount of knowledge. He's probably laughing at the things that we care about. It's almost like the kid when you're a kid and you get really upset because somebody won't let you play with a toy that you really want to play with. As an adult today, you wouldn't if a kid wanted to play with a toy that you had, Mojo, you would just give it to the kid. You wouldn't care about, making sure you play with it first, right? But for a child, that's a priority, and that means something to be able to play with his toy. And so I think that's the way God kind of sees us as children with kind of a limited intelligence. I think that's how it kind of sees me, even me, that maybe sometimes I worry about things that don't really matter, And the only really important thing is, again, to love God with all your heart and soul and all your strength, as best as you can, and let that be informed in the way you treat other people that He's created. So be kind to other people. And of course, different human beings have different impressions of what kindness and love really looks like, but everyone just do your best.
There's a thing about studying, though. It's raising your intelligence. And when you raise your intelligence, you also raise your emotional intelligence. And that's what a lot of people haven't yet discovered on this app, is that the higher the level of intelligence, the more books and the larger their language model and comprehension of those words, the higher their emotional intelligence will also be. And they won't engage in petty discourse and heated, angered conversation. That's a waste of time. That's for unintelligent people.
Exactly. Exactly. I actually left a side of Clubhouse because I started to realize that I had outgrown it. I started coming to different spaces.
But if you come back to teach people, to show them the enlightenment, you're a Buddha or a Bodhi. You're the Bodhisattva who returns to help other people achieve enlightenment. But I think only through intelligence can you probably get to that blessed state of divine understanding. And it takes work. Some people say it can be instantaneous, but I think I think until you know that it's stupid to road rage, you're still stupid. You haven't increased your intelligence enough.
Exactly. Why are you yelling at another guy in a car that you've never met before? You don't know what he's going through, and you will probably never see this human being again. Why is it so important that he knows that you are upset? Right. Especially if he's not going to do anything about it. He's not going to say, I apologize. He's not going to, he doesn't have any intention of doing that. And you will never see this human being. You'll probably never see this human being again.
Well, this goes back to, in my opinion, back to Israel Gaza. A well-trained soldier and an officer is a gentleman. They don't go out and commit murder, but they will pursue justice and fight enemies to the death. And a ninja, a samurai, doesn't get emotional when he goes out on an operation. That's a distraction to his outcome and his goals. So part of education and training and discipline is the control of your emotions. And so many people are figuring this out. I mean, a lot of people have been discussing this for thousands of years, because an emotionally disequilibrated person who has no emotional, balance is going to lose the battle. It's like swordplay. So I mean, it's warfare.
Sorry, I was on mute. I was like, there's another group of people that will disagree with you and say that, you know, it's actually a show of strength to show that emotion and to be, you know, rambunctious and ferocious and argumentative. And when I meet people like that, I try to show them the other side, right? That it's actually a lot more powerful to be strategic than to be physically tactful. Like, it's so much more powerful, right?
Well, people say the pen is mightier than the sword, but they're not really understanding that it deals with their intelligence, not with their distribution of that information. I'm just saying that we could talk about this for 100 more hours and it still wouldn't be worth one good book.
And that whole phrase, the pen being mightier than the sword, right? It's not just the pen, of course, the pen itself, but, you know, some people may take it to mean writing, right? But it's about, again, strategy. It's about being strategic, right? And how strategy will always supersede and exceed any tactical efforts. It's just more impactful. Yeah, so I'm with you, Mojo, right? I'm with you on that. I agree with you on that. I think more people that disagree on the app can find more things that they agree on. It's just that the things that they disagree on are kind of hit home.
Well, if I could give you any advice, I would encourage you to enjoy wisdom in the same way that you might enjoy Thanksgiving, because you put a lot of different foods in your mouth and you like the flavor combination. So if you just go down the route of Islam, you will get tunnel vision and you will forget that there's many paths on the mountain. And don't just go on one hike them all.
I do have tunnel vision now, and I'm aware of my tunnel vision, and I embrace it. However, even though I have a favorite mountain, right, and a favorite approach to God, I am interested in other mountains. Even though I love us, I'm in Atlanta. I don't know where you are, but over here we have a couple mountains. Even though I love Stone Mountain, that's my favorite mountain. And it's really scary, actually. The people that have fallen off to their death. So every time I go there, I'm terrified. I go alone, which is crazy. But I do like other mountains, like Kennesaw and some of the smaller mountains, like Sandy Springs and stuff. So, but my approach, my devotion, yes, is in Islam, because I've found not just a lifestyle that drives, not just the deity that drives me as a religion, but the most importantly, the lifestyle. Just for you to know that I know, you'll know, that kind of reinforces the sense of discipline and devotion. In a just world, I'd be shot for my lies, but not for this, not for the truth. Scientist and your idiot obsession with reason. I'm building this app, right? And I love Clubhouse because it's kind of reframing my thinking around the app. I'm building an app that is, I don't want to say destined to fail. I didn't know what I was going to say. But I'm not necessarily building it to succeed. After all, you settled down from a business sense. Right? If I was building a dating app to succeed from a business sense, obviously the idea would be to keep people on the app and keep them dating. Why worry about something that isn't going to happen? Oh, that's perfect. They should put that on our money. Make the app a vibe. Make it attractive to, say, Gen Z, younger millennials. And just make it a vibe. Make it fun. Make dating fun. But this app that I'm building makes dating more devotional. it's going to be interesting to see what happens with it. It's almost like building a playground, but without toys. Because everything it's you get exclusivity from the onset. So you don't have all these matches and all these flavors.
What do you think about lying in relationships, or projection, or people who essentially don't want to say what they're actually all about or what they're doing? I mean, it seems to me like the birds and the bees aren't having huge conversations, when they're flying from here to there. So I'm just saying that I think a lot of people either just don't want to say what's going on in their lives, or they lie about what they're doing, or because many of these women are so ultra connected to their cell phone, because they literally, if you're on Hinge and Bumble and you've been talking to people for years, you're like a realtor harvesting clients. You see what I'm saying? You're not actually in it to be in a union with one person. So people really are, in a way, super polyamorous now, but no one will admit it because, I mean, a lot of women are looking for that boat daddy or that sugar daddy, or, they're looking for that, for that windfall. They're gold diggers.
Exactly. And it's a cognitive dissonance to say I'm looking for the one, but I'm keeping my options open with 7 people around me. If any one of those 7 people are the one, how will you cultivate that relationship with them if you've got 6 other distractions? Nobody can ever be the one. Like, the one doesn't even have a shot. Even if he's the one you like the most, okay, and you've built the strongest connection with. Even if he's the one you have the strongest connection with, you're surrounded by 7 other distractions. You're right. I think it is very polyamorous, and that's why I'm creating, hopefully, one of the only monogamous apps where you only get one match. You get one match until you guys unmatch. Other matches, and you're encouraged to have a phone conversation versus texting on the app. So I don't know how people are going to feel about that. But my thinking is that there'll be a lot of people that will that are longing for emotional connection in a polyamorous world. Talking about an IQ just north of the bedroom slip. I stuck him with a snail. This is just plain sailing, isn't it? Yeah. And he should feel a thing. Take cars. Sorry, guys, I'm just doing some washing before prayer. Wudu in Islam. Were you abused by a member of the Catholic Church?
Scenes. I saw him in a scene, I can't remember who it was, just last week in some movie on Turner Classic Movies, and the guy with him, it was The Harder They Fall. And Rod Steiger was acting with them. They were nose to nose acting, and Steiger was acting up a storm. And Bogart wasn't doing anything, and it was just great. He was just, there was no acting at all. He's just coasting on his personality and talking, and it was just magnetic, just wonderful. The other guys doing stuff that nobody in life ever does. Nobody talks like that. Nobody carries on like that. But
so your advice to kids getting into the business is coast on your personality.
It's do less. If I've given one direction more than any other in my whole life to actors, it's do less.
So when you did decide to have a surrogate, shall we call that, play you, because there are parts you could have played.
Oh yeah, sure.
And you chose John Cusack, or you chose Kenneth Branagh, or you chose Mia. What when it's why? Like, why did you some of the time say I'm going to do it, and then some of the time say I'm going to have a surrogate deliver this baby?
I don't think I ever had a surrogate when I could have done it. I mean, I don't think I could have. I don't think I could have played. You know, these are great actors you're talking about. Cusack's wonderful, and Kenneth Branagh's wonderful, and they were much younger than me. I couldn't have. If I could have done it, I would have done it. I always would do the part that I could do, but I aged out of it. You know, I just. When I started to realize that I was not going to be the love interest anymore, then I started to think,
you're the love interest in your life. With all the craziness and the Kafka-esque nonsense you went through, and I don't defend you because I'm a fan, although I plainly am, although you've also made some turkeys, that's true. But but you could be the worst filmmaker. I defend you because I don't like witch hunts. They're bad for society. They're bad for people. They're wrong. They're immoral. That's why I do it. Not because I'm a fan.
I'm sure. Your persona is much more socially engaged, much more politically engaged. So an issue, you would engage the issue on the merits of the issue.
Yes, and I see a connection between a lot of where the left went that I did not like in recent years and this kind of case, this kind of moralizing, this kind of bullshit, standing apart from the facts, just wanting to look like we're the good people and we shun this person and this person is canceled and that kind of stuff. I don't like it in any of its dimensions. Look, I always say about these cases, if you're not in the room, just don't say to me, I know. You don't know. I don't know about you. Nobody knows except you. I would just say that of all those kind of cases, the preponderance of evidence on the one side makes it just...
Okay, I'm going to read from the Zohar. Have you ever heard of this book, Seneca? Okay, this is called What is a Serpent? These riddles confuse not only Rabbi Yosef, the cryptic language is intended to mystify the reader as well. And on the serpent, all the animals go in pairs while the serpent goes on the road all alone. Most of the images in the first two riddles allude to various stages in the process of Gilgul, reincarnation, one of the most esoteric doctrines of the Zohar. The riddle of the beautiful maidens is expounded below. These are all the notes to the different pages. Okay, this is the glossary. Aleph, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, the beginning of divine and human speech. Aleph, Baal Shem Tov, master of the good name. Title of Israel, son of Eliezer, charismatic founder of Hasidism, 1700 to 1760. The Baal Shem Tov. Bahir, Sefer HaBahir, Book of Brightness. An early Kabbalistic work cited in southern France in the late 12th century, the Bahir. Binah, understanding the third Sephirah, the divine mother who gives birth to the seven lower Sephirah. Blessed Holy One, common rabbinic name for God. In the Zohar, it is often associated with Tiferet, Blessed Holy One. Din, judgment, the fifth Sephira, the left arm of the divine body, counterbalancing Chesed, the roots of evil lie here, also called Gevurah. Din, judgment. Ein Sof, there is no end, that which is boundless, the infinite, the ultimate reality of God beyond all specific qualities of the Sephirot. Okay, I'm going to change the title to Jewish Glossary. Jewish Glossary of Hebrew words in Zohar. Let's see if anybody shows up for this impromptu Tanya Torah study. My man Rondell in the house. Hey, Rondell!
Hey, Raboino Shalom.
Raboino Shalom. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this impromptu Hebrew study. Here we go. I need to get water, though, real quick. Okay, Moshe, I hope you enjoy this as well. The next word is Gedulah, greatness. The fourth Sephira, the outpouring of God's great goodness, also called Chesed. Greatness, Gedulah. Gevurah, power. The fifth Sephira, also called Din. Gematria, the numerical value of Hebrew letters, or gematria, employed as a technique of interpretation. I thought it was interpenetration, but it's interpretation. Chassid, devotee, pious one. Hasidism, popular religious movement that emerged in the second half of the 18th century in Eastern Europe. Hasidism. Chesed, love, the fourth Sephira, the right arm of the divine body counterbalancing Din, also called Gedulah. Gedulah, greatness, and Chesed, love. Chod, majesty, the eighth Sephira, the left leg of the divine body, source of prophecy, along with Netzach. Chod, majesty. Chokmah, wisdom. Chokmah, wisdom, the second Sephirah, the primal point of emanation. Holy Ancient One, the most ancient manifestation of Ein Sof through Keter, its crown. Holy Ancient One, Idra, threshing floor assembly. Idra Rabbah, the great Idra, a description of the gathering of Rabbi Shimon and the comrades at the threshing house where secrets of God's inner being are expounded, threshing out the secrets of Zohar. Idrazuta, the small Idra, a description of the death of Rabbi Shimon and his final teachings in the Zohar, the wedding celebration. Kabbalah, receiving that which is handed down by tradition, the esoteric teachings of Judaism. Kabbalah. Keter, crown, the first Sephira, co-eternal with Ein Sof, also called Ratzon, divine will, and Ayin, nothingness. Malkut, kingdom, the 10th Sephirah, administering divine justice to the lower worlds, also called Shekhinah. Malkut, kingdom. Shekhinah. Matnitin, our Mishnah, short pieces scattered through the Zohar. Most of them appear as utterances of a heavenly voice urging the comrades to open their hearts to the mysteries. Menorah, candelabrum of 7 branches, a prominent feature of the Mishkan. Mezuzah, parchment scroll affixed to the doorpost. Mezuzah. Midrash, plural midrashim, legal or homiletical interpretation of the Bible. Midrash. A collection of midrashim, the midrashic literature. Midrash ha-ne'alam, the concealed midrash. The esoteric midrash, the earliest stratum of the Zohar. Mishkan, God's dwelling in the desert. The tabernacle constructed by Moses and the children of Israel. Mishnah, collection of oral teachings redacted, arranged, and revised around the beginning of the 3rd century by Rabbi Judah Hanasi, the earliest codification of Jewish oral law. Mishnah. Mitzvah, plural is mitzvot, divine commandment, one of the 613 precepts of the Torah. By extension, good deeds. Netzah, endurance, 7th sephirah, the right leg of the divine body, source of prophecy, along with Hod. Nishmato Eden, may his soul abide in the Garden of Eden. Oral Torah, the interpretation of the written Torah. In Kabbalah, a symbol of Shekhinah. Oral Torah. Kav Hamidah, the standard of measure, detailed explanation of the process of emanation, delivered by Rabbi Shimon. Kav Hamidah, the standard of measure. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to read. I hope you enjoyed. It's the glossary of the Zohar. Okay, I'm going to create a new room. Seneca Rondale. See you soon. Bye.
Gaza. I didn't know.
You're not most of us. I didn't know anything about that. And Abraham is telling me about South Africa. I went to University of Pretoria in 2014. Most people don't care about Israel. This is what they call political posturing.
Political posturing.
A lot of South Africans feel some kind of way about Israel because of apartheid. Fair enough. It has nothing to do with Gaza. They feel some kind of way. So that's one country. Then you show the African Union. That's not.
Okay, this is the return of Mojo. My man Brian there. Welcome back to the return of Mojo. We are live and we're going to keep studying. We're not going to listen to all these people practicing English on here. No. We are going to read a book. This is the return of Mojo. Look at all those bots that just come flying in. The return of Mojo. Rondell, you coming up? And Rondell, have you contributed to the campaign yet? I think the link is in my profile. You know, I know you do a lot of day trading, but $100 will help us get, 50 signatures. So please consider contributing now. I have a lot of work to do on the campaign, but we're going to do a little Torah study here. A little Torah study. Okay, this is the rest of the glossary. Ra'aya Mahimna, the faithful shepherd, an early imitation of the Zohar, so successful that it was printed as part of the work. It expounds the mystical significance of the mitzvot, the ra'aya, mehemna, rahamim, compassion. 6, the Sephira, balancing Hesed, Din, also called Tiferet. Rashi, Rabbi Salmon, son of Isaac, French commentator on the Bible and the Talmud. Rashi. Ratza de Ratzin, the mystery of mysteries, an anonymous piece of physiognomy and chiromancy. The Ratza de Ratzin, the mystery of mysteries. Ruth, the book of Ruth. Sava de Mishpatim, the old man of Mishpatim, Torah portion, an account of the comrades' encounter with a donkey driver who turns out to be a master of wisdom. The old man and the beautiful maiden. Sephirah, one of 10 aspects of God, 9 of which emanate from Ein Sof and Keter, Sephirah. Shalom, peace, well-being, completeness. Shalom, peace, well-being, and completeness. Shalom. Shalom. Shekhinah. Shekhinah, divine presence. 10 Sephirah, female partner of Tiferet, also called Malkut. Shir HaShirim, Song of Songs. Sifra di Zeniuta, the Book of Concealment. Fragmented commentary on the beginning of the Torah in short, obscure sentences divided into 5 chapters. It deals with the secrets of divinity. Sifra di Zeniuta, the Book of Concealment. Sitrei Torah, Secrets of Torah. Pieces of verses from Genesis, printed in separate columns, parallel to the main text of the Zohar. They contain allegories of the soul and secrets of the divine and demonic. Sitrei Torah, Secrets of Torah. Sukkah, booth, Sukkot, booth, Sukkot, festival of booths, celebration of the harvest, and a commemoration of the children of Israel's dwelling in booths in the desert after the exodus from Egypt. Talmud, the body of teaching comprising commentary and discussion on the Mishnah from scholars of the 3rd to 6th centuries. Talmud. Targum, translation of the Bible into Aramaic. Targum, translation. Targum Onkelos, a Targum on the Torah, composed by a proselyte named Onkelos in the 2nd century. Targum Onkelos. Tav, the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. Tav. Tiferet, beauty. The 6th Sephirah, male partner of Shekinah, trunk of the divine body, also called Rachamim, Tiferet, beauty. Tikkunei Zohar, embellishments on the Zohar. Oh, hey, Dawn, I'm reading what's called a book. Embellishments of on the Zohar, an early imitation of the Zohar, a wide-ranging commentary on the first portion of the Torah. Tikkunei Zohar. Torah, teaching. The first 5 books of the Bible, by extension, all religious teaching. Torah. Tosafot, collections of comments on the Talmud and on Rashi's commentary on the Talmud, composed between the 12th and 14th centuries in France and Germany. Tosafot. Tosefta, addenda, short pieces scattered through the Zohar. Most of them appear as utterances of a heavenly voice urging the comrades to open their hearts to the mysteries. Tosefta. The world that is coming, see above, and notes to Korban and Olah. Written Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. In Kabbalah, a symbol of Tiferet. Yanuka, the child, story of a wonder child who teaches the comrades profound secrets. The rabbis encounter a child, Yanuka, the child. Yanuka. Yesod, foundation. The 9th Sephirah, who channels the flow of emanation to Shekhinah, also called Zadik. Yesod, foundation. Ya, short form of Yahweh that appears in poetry. Ya. Yahweh, the ineffable name of God. In the Zohar, it is often associated with Tiferet. Yahweh. Zadik, righteous one. The 9th Sephirah, Yesod. Zadik, righteous one. Zohar, splendor. Radiance. Splendor and radiance. Zohar. Zohar Hadash, New Zohar, a collection of Zoharic texts found in manuscripts of the Safed Kabbalists after the printing of the Book of the Zohar. The title is misleading since the volume contains much of Midrash Ha-Ne'alam, the oldest stratum of the Zohar. Okay, that's the glossary of the Zohar. Hope you like that reading. What'd you think, Rondell?
I liked it. The Zohar.
I'm gonna block this coach. Fucking spammers.
That guy is a scammer, Coach David Lucas.
Yeah, pathetic. Okay, this is the return of Mojo. We're gonna listen to the rest of Woody Allen here on Club Random.
Very unlikely that you were guilty of this. It just, none of it makes sense.
You know, I want to make one other point on what you were saying a moment ago. There's a difference between the Me Too movement